this is Nanci Schimizzi. I am the board president for ChickTech. I am also a technologist, have been in the technology industry for many years. I am a IT consultant and I focus on IT strategy. But we're really here today to talk about a company partnership that we have started with Tesuji. I wanted to introduce Benji Brown, and he can talk a little bit about himself and about the company.
Thanks, Nancy. Hi, everybody. I'm Benji Brown. I'm CEO for Tesuji Games. We're a company that started around 2017, really focused on connecting people through play. So we've been building games, we've been building apps. We have several clients, but we also have some really fun internal products. And I'm going to be specifically talking about Rumble during our talk today, and how we're stepping into NFTs, how we're leveraging blockchain and connecting people through video chat, live streaming, game shows, and blockchain. It's gonna be fun.
Great, thanks, Benji. You know, so many of the terms are new to a lot of us. So as we're going through, it'll be very helpful, I think, if you can also give us some definition of terms that are now becoming part of our everyday language. But first, why don't you tell me about, you know, specifically what Tesuji does and what the non-fungible tokens, the NFT collection launch, is all about?
Yeah, for sure. So at Tesuji, you know, we like to build participatory experiences, kind of the metaverse games that you've been hearing about. You know, Facebook came out with their whole now Meta, you know, you have Fortnite and all of that. Really, I think people are realizing that it's really fun to play together, learn together, do things together in these virtual spaces. And so, you know, at Tesuji, we've built out a mobile product called Rumble, which is kind of a video chat and live streaming mini game collection experience that has game shows coupled into it. So really fun because people can kind of video chat and hang out with each other. But what we really are seeing now is that, you know, when people play with games, you know, they collect things, you know, they get armor or they get different new attributes for their characters, or, you know, they play Candy Crush and they get to level 3000 or something crazy, right? They don't really get to own or feel like they own those experiences. All that time and effort that they put into them, it doesn't really pay out. If the game goes down or they leave the game, they can't recoup much of their investment into that. And so I think kind of the new paradigm that's coming across the wire here is that with the advent of blockchain technologies, the ability for us to kind of create these virtual tokenized experiences, that people can start owning what they participate in. So for example, with non-fungible tokens, NFTs, people are able to create their art, they're able to sell it to people. There's a way to digitally track it through provenance, just through the blockchain itself. And because these items are digitally scarce, for example, you make only 7,000 art pieces, people can then buy and sell and trade them on a secondary market, which is pretty fascinating. You know, I think there is maybe some difficulty in understanding how people are trading these digitally scarce goods across these marketplaces, and really realizing that, you know, why can't you just copy and paste the JPEG kind of thing? But it's really the blockchain tracking this transaction, the concept of people being able to have their ownership tracked on that blockchain, that makes this very compelling. So we're stepping into that to really understand that the players that we have within our game will be able to take the NFTs that they purchase on these markets, or they mint on these markets, and be able to have an identity with these NFTs. So there's some pretty cool ones out there, like Bored Ape Yacht Club, which, you know, you can buy one right now for $500,000, right? It's pretty wild. The reason it's $500,000 though is because they're digitally scarce, right? There's not many of them out there, and people are you know, wanting to get in on the action. They want to be part of that exclusive club in a sense. There is definitely perks of being part of that club. And if you are the owner, because you can track who the owner is on the blockchain, they're creating a lot of events. They're creating kind of a mythos. They're creating a community. And that's the big thing, is this community that is created around these ownership of these NFTs. And so, you know, if you want to have a really expensive NFT and flex on it and talk about, being in the community of that 48 Yacht Club or Cool Cats, some of these blue chip NFTs as we call them, that gives us an opportunity in Rumble to create an environment where we can have all these NFT owners or collection owners kind of battle it out in an Olympic Games style tournament in a sense, or an environment of playing various mini games and kind of level up their skills, because we live in this participatory digital and metaverse world, and we love competition. So finding a way for us to compete with our identities that we're now getting from these NFTs, it's a really exciting methodology that we're going to make Rumble and have it do this awesome, cool thing. So excited about it.
Yeah, that is. Who is the target? Who is the participant? I mean, what's the demographics of the participants?
Yeah, it's actually quite broad. So I would say it's anybody that's got into cryptocurrency has really started understanding. I mean, there's kids that are 13-year-olds right now flipping from $400 to $400,000 up to 70-year-olds, 8-year-olds. It's a very large age range of people that just are super interested in how blockchain enables the digitally scarce ownership of something like NFTs, or the fungible concept of cryptocurrencies where you can move money peer to peer from people across the whole entire globe and not necessarily have to worry about working through a middleman such as a bank or something like that.
I would think that typically this was a male dominated kind of attraction. So if someone, a woman or a girl or a non-binary, has no experience in this space, what advice would you give them about getting started, and how do they start to move into just this world?
Yeah, for sure. So probably first couple steps is just kind of go online, watch some YouTube videos, get a Twitter account. I think definitely Twitter right now is a good big conversational place where people talk about it all the time. But really, it's also about signing up for a centralized exchange to purchase your first bit of cryptocurrency. Really, to get involved in NFTs, you need to get some cryptocurrency. So, for example, the big one right now is Coinbase, right? There's also Kraken, Gemini. There's a ton of them out there. But these centralized exchanges where you can take your US dollars, you can exchange them for some Bitcoin, for some Ethereum, for a couple other types of cryptocurrencies. Once you then get those cryptocurrencies into your crypto wallet, is what it's called, which is actually one of the biggest points about all this, is that you have this identity on the blockchain of your wallet that hosts your cryptocurrency. And that's where everything can kind of be hooked to. Once you have some cryptocurrency in that wallet, you can then start getting into these marketplaces, like, for example, OpenSea, which does a lot of NFTs that are bought with Ethereum, or a layer 2 blockchain called Polygon. But there's these marketplaces where you can buy these NFTs. You can also make these NFTs on those blockchains themselves through something like OpenSea with just like a button click on a website. Or if you're really starting to, after you start wading into the waters, if you want to start programming it yourself, that's where it really starts getting exciting. I think women and non-binary engineers getting into this space, like, it is the time to do it, because you can be the thought leaders, you can be the individuals that really understand how this Web3 blockchain thing can really transform where we were technologically to where we're going in the future.
So what is Tesuji's social impact model and the fundraiser for ChickTech? And why was that such a priority for your company?
As a company building several different products, we also have a product in our portfolio called Tracks, which is kind of an Animal Crossing plus Sesame Street Live mobile experience where kids can learn all about different subjects, botany, science, mathematics, language, all kind of through this gamified metaverse world, and then apply their learnings and just kind of keep on elevating themselves up and up. So for us as a company, we love education. It is like one of our things that we just think is like super important to pushing society forward. And so, as we move deeper and deeper into our Rumble play, where we really start leveraging the power of NFTs, this kind of decentralized play and earn model that we have going with Rumble, we really just want to keep on giving back to that social impact idea of how can we keep on providing education and access to education, and understanding that we need a diverse group of people that are getting educated, so that we have all those diverse ideas coming in and pushing the future forward.
Great. So ChickTech is very excited about the $5,000 donations that you're going to make to ChickTech when each one of your targets is met.
Yeah. As we go from a quarter to 50% to 75% to 100% of the minting, which is whereby we sell out our first collection of art pieces that we have that are fully integrated within our game environment. For folks that don't necessarily know the process of how people are doing these minting launches, when people create NFTs, which are like singular tokens on the blockchain that have a specific ID, coupled with them, they have art and metadata, all this stuff. For us specifically, it really leverages into our gameplay that we have within Rumble. A lot of times individuals will create a limited set of them. So for us, we're releasing 7,777 generative art pieces that are connected into our gameplay. And we're going to go into 2 phases. So we have our pre-sales, which is where we're going to be welcoming people that join our Discord, also connect their wallet through the mobile app that we're going to be updating in about 2 weeks. And once you're part of that pre-sales group, it allows you to then mint an NFT from our website when we go live with that pre-sales. And so you can pay the Ethereum, you get the NFT into your wallet, and then you're ready to keep on playing with us. Then we have the main sale, which is kind of just open to everybody. Instead of it being kind of locked to a collection of 700 wallet addresses, now it's open to the entire world to press that mint button, buy themselves an NFT, mint themselves an NFT, and start the process. As for the raffle, yeah, we're going to be raffling off access to this whitelist, or allow list as we call it. But you can always go to rumble.io and see links to various content, and also join our Discord to have more conversation about what we're building out. We'll be doing that donation incrementally to ChickTech, and also providing some workshops and kind of things for it. So we're really excited about this partnership that we're getting going here and where it can go, because once again, education and pushing technology is what we like to do.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting, and it's the forefront, I think, of what's coming up for technology, and also for providing those skills that are really each 5,000 donation. We will be increasing hands-on learning opportunities for our high school students, and we'll be able to provide blockchain and virtual reality workshops for the students, provide more scholarships for ActW programming. And one of the other areas that's important for us is to build corporate accountability in creating safe and inclusive spaces for women in tech. So we are very, very excited about this opportunity.
I think ChickTech, providing the scholarships, providing the accessibility to these new technologies, and teaching them through these workshops, and also providing scholarships, specifically on blockchain, it is kind of the next wave of how we will be building services. Right now, I would say Web 2.0, this terminology, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, right? Web 2.0 is more about, monolithic companies kind of owning all the data, running the services. You kind of tap into their services, use the services, and they kind of own all the data that's kind of generated from those activities. Web 3 is really about building out a decentralized collection of nodes, of computers, people that are running these nodes, and you yourself build the service, you put the service up on this decentralized collection, and now everybody can kind of access those services, pay a marginal little small bit to potentially use those services, but they retain their information. So how we start juggling data around, how we start communicating information to each other, it is very much the next step in how we work this internet age that we have. And so ChickTech being on the forefront of picking up these new skills, pushing it forward for the women and non-binary individuals within their cohorts, I think is really super valuable, because you got to stay on the forefront of this technology to really understand where the thought process is going. And so for Tesuji, for us to just be somewhat involved in that and be in help ChickTech do this kind of thing, we're really excited about it.
Great. I think I am going to be watching your company and how this plays out, because I think it's extremely exciting. So if anyone who's watching this video is wondering how they can also support ChickTech, we do have our year-end fundraising campaign, which is launched as part of Giving Tuesday. We'll be celebrating 10 years of ChickTech, which is really exciting, and highlighting the impact that we've had over the last 10 years, and of course, planning for the next 10 years. We also have a national volunteer network and a community that's really passionate about the work that we're doing, building diversity within technology and beyond. So Benji, I really appreciate your time today. And in fact, I will follow up with you because some things that I want to learn more about and just hear about. Yeah. So I thank you for your time, and thanks for just educating me a bit about this whole topic.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy. Appreciate the time.